In fact, let's go to one of our guests. Let me introduce you to both of them. In fact, we've got Jignesh Mehta, technical analyst at kiranjadhav.com, and us today. I want to come to you, Jignesh, first on what Navneet just spoke about. 12,500 is now a level. Is that something that you're looking at as well? In fact, why don't you tell us what levels you're looking at and what picks you have in the market today?
Right, Alex. I think, as rightly pointed out and rightly said by Navneet, the India VIX is going higher, and with the current derivative expiry series, if we see whatever the call writing that is happening, it is happening at 12,500 only. So even my target from now onwards will be 12,500. We should not forget that this budget is something that all market participants are looking at with a great hope. And I think it is transpired on the Nifty as well. Today we are not only trading above the yesterday's high but all-time high, which suggests that it is all around buying that is happening, and 12,500 would be my target. On the lower side, I think 12,260 should be the stop loss for this trade, but 12,500 seems pretty much on the cards.
Okay, while technically we wait for 12,500 on Nifty, let's...
which is, we've got a viewer called Boss, who's bought at levels of 343, and he's wondering why it has not participated in the rally in such stocks. We're talking about HDFC, AMC, which has gone from strength to strength. It's RNAM currently trading just about flat as of now. He's asking for a stop loss and a target, Jignesh. On the charts, where do you see it going?
Well, on the charts, RNM looks quite positive. It is not that the stock hasn't gained any momentum. Yes, after the up move in October, the stock is clearly going into consolidation, but still it looks good on the chart. Currently, with the level of 342, I would suggest the stop loss at around 310, and I would like to hold this counter. I think 381 is somewhere this counter is going. Firstly, if it can go above 381, which is its earlier high, I think stock can perform even better after that. But RNAM is something that one should hold and should not get out with a clear stop loss.
Okay, don't exit your position is something Jignesh is suggesting. Stay put with RNAM. The next one is on India Cement, and we were talking about the south-based cement companies. There is news that they would be increasing prices this week itself. So Subrendu wants to know what to do because he has a position at levels of 81 and the stock currently trades somewhere about 80. Jignesh, with the recent move of last 3 or 4 sessions, India Cement on the charts has crossed its simple 100-day moving average. If somebody is holding a position at 81, what would your advice be?
I think yes, after closing above its 50-day and 100-day moving average, stock has clearly gained some momentum. But we should not forget the stock has been underperformers along with its other cement counter, and stock was clearly going down until last 15 or 16 trading sessions. The stock has started coming up. I think some breather is required from here on. So one can hold this stock with a stop loss of 77. Stock has a mild resistance at 83. If it can cross 83 level, I think it is clearly going to 89, which is also its 200-day simple moving average.
Okay, Limited doing particularly well in trade today, up as much as nearly 6%, 5.9% or thereabouts as we speak. In fact, gaining in the last few sessions itself, year-to-date, gains of as much as 13%. The question from Sagar Damani is, does this stock have the potential to raise to reach 200 in the near term? Jignesh, on the charts, does that seem likely?
Yes, I think pretty much likely, but stock may take some time as stock has already moved pretty well from 125 to 165 in last 2 months or so. I think the stock can go into consolidation from here on and then pick up a momentum again to 200 level. But I would definitely suggest to hold this counter. It has a clear-cut good momentum. Not only that, the volume profiling that is happening between 143 is quite interesting. 143 is the level where maximum exchange of the hand has happened. So I think stock is changing its momentum from earlier bearish trend to the bullish trend, and clear cut in a bullish hands right now. 165 is the current level, and I would suggest 155 as a stop loss to hold this counter.
Hold on to the Jignesh, I'm going to come back to you on Indoco Remedies. So one of our viewer wants a technical view here, and I was just looking at the chart. The lows that we had seen in the month of December of about 145. Since then, the stocks gained nearly 40%. So clearly, in the recent past 2 or 3 weeks, there has been an outperformance. What are the technicals suggesting on the charts? What are the levels that you monitor on Indoco Remedies?
Yes, Indoco Remedies was going into the downtrending channel, and recently, as soon as it broke above 177 or some levels, I think it has gone into the it breached the downtrend and now started going in uptrend with a clear-cut bullish momentum. I think this is the stock which is again similar to the earlier stock that I was talking on. 203 is the level that is currently seeing on the chart. 180 should be the stop loss for this counter. I think Indoco Remedies is recently going to 225. 225 is the level slightly above the upper band of the Bollinger. I think 225 is something that is achievable in next 2 to 3 months.
That remains, and these companies have been sitting on expensive inventory, so that's another reason why the stocks have taken a hit. Okay, let's move on. Akshay Vishwanath wants a technical view on Jindal Steel, Jignesh. Of course, these steel companies have been outperforming in the recent past, and Jindal Steel also bounced back from its 200-day moving average on 15th or 16th of December. What would you advise someone to do if they've bought the stock?
I think a clear-cut hold on this counter is moving very sharply on upside. Even though last 3 trading sessions have been little consolidating, but I think 163 is something that should be looked as a stop loss in this particular counter. And here the target should be at around 188, 189, where stock could see a slight resistance.
Jignesh, very quickly, would you have any picks in the Nifty basket? A couple of stocks to buy in the for the short term?
I think especially for the Nifty space, I don't have any right now because most of the stocks has given a great move. So I don't have any pick, at least for now, looking at the RR ratio currently.
Okay, let's address then one of the top gainers.
Has been gaining quite consistently since the end of last year, in fact, currently trading around that 60 mark, as much as 7.3% higher. Jignesh, on the charts, does it make sense to enter for the next 2 months?
Of course it does. It is forming inverted head and shoulder pattern, and the way it has broken out just 2 days ago was fantastic with a great volume. I think stock should be held with a stop loss of 50 for the target of 74 in I think 2 months or so. 75 should be the target.
Okay, Jignesh, Maruti on the charts, how is this one looking?
Well, for Maruti, I think it's a hold with a stop loss very near to the current price, 6,881.
Okay.
Would be tracking. Jignesh, would you advise someone to buy Relaxo footwear at current levels?
I think not Relaxo at current levels, but Bata for sure. So if anybody wants to go into and venture, Bata is something which has a good risk to reward ratio compared to Relaxo.
A lot of
Jignesh, levels to monitor on Nifty Bank?
Well, for Nifty Bank, I think one should watch the level of 31,960, which is also today's low. If it is intact, I think Nifty Bank is going towards 32,700.
as DVR then. Rangarajan Balakrishnan is looking for a short-term view. 3 months, Jignesh. Would you suggest a fresh entry in either one of these?
Yes, of course. Tata Motors is something that is even interesting at current levels. 194 is the current price, and 220 is a very short-term target. I think within 1 month or so, this counter can touch to 220. 224 is the earlier high for this counter. So 224 should not be a surprise if it comes very shortly on the charts.
Okay, that's a technical view.